The elephant in the room is a metaphorical idiom that represents an obvious problem or difficult situation that people do not want to talk about. Similarly, the metaphor of the elephant in the brain signifies powerful, yet hidden motives that are not immediately apparent. The book is split into two sections. The first is entitled Why We Hide Our Motives. The second section is entitled Hidden Motives in Everyday Life. Why we hide our motives. Our brains are not designed to easily detect secrets. They are good at recognizing obvious signs of danger or good things like spotting a predator. However, it's difficult for our brains to detect hidden reasons because they are usually complex and tricky. As a result, we often don't notice the underlying reasons behind why others behave in certain ways, or even why we do certain things. Our brains are built to act in our self-interest, while at the same time trying hard not to appear selfish in front of other people. Our brain evolved for this simple reason. The better you hide your motives from yourself, the more successfully you can hide them from everyone else. Animal behavior. Primates like apes can easily groom half part of their bodies. They seek help from their friends to clean the rest of their bodies. This phenomenon is called social grooming. Friendship, alliances, and trust grow through social grooming. Primates don't know the social tricks, but they naturally groom each other to help both sides. On the other hand, people being more aware can keep their reasons hidden from others and even from themselves. They can understand and evaluate others by knowing their motives, so they might unconsciously hide their real reasons to keep up a certain image in society. These hidden motivations can impact the choices we make, our relationships, and how we interact with others. Competition. Human intelligence didn't only evolve because of environmental challenges like predators or a lack of food. It also emerged from competition within our species. Humans developed intelligence primarily to compete against each other in various social and political scenarios. Humans need to focus on evaluating potential partners and the ability to attract good partners to get ahead of others. This motivates humans to hide their actual motives. Social norms. Competition leads to conflicts and consumes a considerable amount of energy. This led humans to create rules or community-specific standards to turn wasteful competition into useful cooperation. Collective enforcement is the essence of norms. Enforcing norms is not easy, but gossiping and spreading rumors amongst peers is a way to curb undesirable behavior in others. Norms are very important because they help control and shape how we behave in a group. Self-deception. Humans constantly deceive themselves for two reasons. Self-defense. The protection of our egos is seen as a strategy to safeguard our image and status, which are crucial elements in competitive social scenarios. To manipulate others. Deceiving ourselves is mostly about trying to look good to others. We care about our feelings and how we seem to others because it helps us in situations where we're competing with them. So when we protect our feelings, it's like protecting our image and how important we are. Hidden motives in everyday life. This section covers an aspect of human behavior and describes how it can be explained through the framework of signaling and self-deception outlined in the first section. The chapters in this section cover body language, laughter, conversation, consumption, art, charity, education, medicine, religion, and politics. Body language. Body language is a crucial but often subconscious aspect of human communication. It includes gestures, postures, facial expressions, and other nonverbal cues that convey a wealth of information beyond spoken words. According to the authors, body language serves as an honest signal of our true feelings and intentions, which we might not verbally express due to social constraints or self-deception. For instance, a genuine smile can convey friendliness and openness, while crossed arms might suggest defensiveness or disinterest. This form of communication is deeply rooted in our evolutionary past, where reading and responding to nonverbal cues was essential for survival and social interaction. Body language can reveal emotions like joy, fear, aggression, and attraction, often more reliably than words, which can be manipulated or controlled. The book emphasizes the importance of being aware of our own and others' body language to better understand underlying motives and emotions in social interactions. Laughter. Laughter is examined not just as a reaction to humor, but as a complex social tool. The authors propose that laughter evolved as a mechanism for social bonding, signaling agreement, and reinforcing group cohesion. Laughter can serve multiple social functions. It can diffuse tension, show acceptance, and even establish hierarchies within groups. For example, people often laugh more at jokes made by a high-status individual, regardless of the actual humor content. Laughter also creates a shared experience, building connections and trust among individuals. It can act as a non-verbal signal of understanding or approval in conversations, strengthening social bonds. The book highlights how laughter is often less about the content of what is funny and more about the social context in which it occurs. Understanding laughter in this way reveals its role in maintaining social relationships and facilitating human connections, beyond just being a response to humor. Conversation. Conversation is a multifaceted tool of social interaction, extending beyond mere information exchange. The authors argue that conversations often serve as platforms for individuals to display their intelligence, wit, and social status. These displays can be subtle and subconscious, where individuals use language, storytelling, humor, and knowledge sharing to signal their mental acuity, creativity, or social awareness. For example, engaging in intellectual debates or discussing cultural topics can be a way to signal one's educational background and cognitive abilities. Conversations also play a role in establishing and reinforcing social hierarchies and relationships. People may tailor their conversational style to assert dominance, show affiliation, or signal respect, depending on the social context. This perspective on conversation underscores its role as a social tool for navigating and influencing the complex web of human relationships and hierarchies, beyond just sharing and receiving information. Consumption. The concept of consumption is analyzed through the lens of social signaling and status. The authors propose that much of consumer behavior is driven not just by the functional value of goods, but by the desire to signal wealth, taste, and social status. This concept is exemplified in the practice of conspicuous consumption, where people purchase expensive or luxury items to display their financial success and elevate their social standing. However, signaling through consumption extends beyond just luxury goods. It includes choices in fashion, technology, food, and even hobbies. These choices often serve as subtle indicators of a person's cultural capital, educational background, and social affiliations. The book suggests that understanding consumption as a form of social signaling provides insights into why people make certain purchasing decisions, especially those that seem irrational or excessive from a purely utilitarian perspective. It highlights how consumption patterns are deeply intertwined with social identity and the desire to project a certain image to others. Art. Art is presented as a medium for signaling intelligence, creativity, and emotional sensitivity. The authors argue that the creation and appreciation of art serve as ways for individuals to demonstrate these traits and enhance their social standing. Art allows artists to showcase their creativity and technical skills, while patrons and connoisseurs of art signal their refined taste and cultural knowledge. This signaling extends beyond the aesthetic value of the art itself and includes the social context in which art is produced and consumed. For example, collecting art or being knowledgeable about certain art forms can be a way to signal wealth, education, and social status. The book also discusses the role of art in facilitating social cohesion and communication, as it often reflects and reinforces cultural values and narratives. By viewing art through the lens of social signaling, the authors provide a new perspective on why humans are drawn to create and appreciate art, suggesting that these activities play a significant role in social dynamics and identity formation. Charity. Charity is explored as a behavior that, while often perceived as purely altruistic, can also serve as a means of social signaling. The authors suggest that charitable actions allow individuals to signal their generosity, empathy, and wealth. This signaling can enhance one's reputation and social standing. For instance, making large donations, publicly supporting charitable causes, or participating in high-profile philanthropic events can be ways to display one's commitment to social welfare and moral values. However, the book argues that these actions are not solely driven by altruistic motives. They also serve the self-interest of improving one's social image. This perspective on charity highlights the complexity of human motivations, suggesting that even seemingly selfless acts can be influenced by a desire for social recognition and status. Education. Education is examined as a tool for social signaling, beyond its primary function of learning and skill acquisition. The authors argue that much of the pursuit of education is driven by the desire to signal intelligence, conscientiousness, and conformity to societal norms. This includes not only the acquisition of knowledge, but also the attainment of degrees and certifications from prestigious institutions. The social aspects of education, such as the prestige associated with certain schools or fields of study, play a crucial role in how education is perceived and pursued. For example, obtaining a degree from a renowned university can be seen as a signal of high intelligence and strong work ethic. The book suggests that this signaling aspect of education has significant implications for how educational systems are structured and how individuals approach learning, often emphasizing credentials and institutional prestige over actual knowledge and skill development. Medicine. Medicine is viewed through the lens of social signaling and status. The authors argue that healthcare choices are often influenced more by the desire to signal care for oneself and others than by purely health-related concerns. This includes seeking certain medical treatments or engaging in health behaviors that are more about demonstrating concern for health and well-being, rather than actual efficacy. For instance, undergoing extensive medical procedures or opting for the latest treatments can be ways to signal wealth, access to resources, and social status. The book also explores how this signaling aspect can impact healthcare systems, leading to practices that prioritize appearances and status over actual health outcomes. This perspective on medicine challenges the traditional view of healthcare as solely focused on health and healing, suggesting that social dynamics play a significant role in medical decisions and practices. Religion. Religion is examined as a means of social bonding and signaling commitment to a group. The authors suggest that religious practices and beliefs serve to strengthen group cohesion and demonstrate loyalty and trustworthiness to group members. This includes participating in rituals, adhering to religious norms, and publicly professing faith. These actions can be ways to signal moral values, community allegiance, and social identity. The book argues that while the spiritual and moral aspects of religion are important, the social functions of religion in reinforcing group solidarity and identity are equally significant. This perspective provides insights into why religion remains a powerful force in human societies, suggesting that it plays a crucial role in social organization and group dynamics. Politics. Politics is viewed as motivated by the desire to signal loyalty to a group, rather than solely by ideological beliefs. The authors propose that political actions and affiliations are often more about displaying and reinforcing social identities and alliances than about achieving specific policy outcomes. This includes participating in political rallies, displaying party symbols, and engaging in political discussions. These actions serve as signals of commitment to a political group and its values, helping to strengthen social bonds within that group. The book suggests that understanding political behavior in terms of social signaling and group identity can explain why people often hold strong political beliefs and why political discussions can be highly charged and emotional. It highlights the role of politics in social organization and the maintenance of group cohesion.